Hello, hello. How is everybody today? Happy Wednesday. Go lay down. Mommy's working. Crazy dogs. It's fine. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Wednesday. When you jump on, make sure you say hi. Let me know you're here. For those of you on YouTube, make sure you say hi. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself with no many comments. Let me get my live pulled up here, y'all, and see what's going on. Because I see people, but I don't see comments. There we go. Hey, hi, Chris. Welcome. All right, now I can see your comments, y'all. All right, I'm trying a new program tonight. It's a Facebook program. So let me know if the sound is any better tonight. Tiny, you need to lay down.
What's the matter? She picking on her ear.
We'll see. I just want to see. I've been trying everything. We'll see if it helps. Awesome. Turn tell them happy birthday. Hey, Sharon. Turn tell them happy birthday. Hey, Sharon. How are you, my friend? So it's been a beautiful day here, but right now we're getting some thunderstorms. So keep that in mind. If I lose my feed, it's probably because of the weather moving through. I'm going to get this sprinkled out. If y'all don't mind, hit that little button right down there and sprinkle the love out for me. I sure would appreciate it. When you do, comment hashtag teal. That'll get you entered into a drawing at the end of the month for one of my finished pieces. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, they won't approve it. Also, if you're a member of your local MyStyle trade group and they allow it, please sprinkle it over there. Comment hashtag BST Bravo Sierra Tango. That'll get you entered into a drawing to win Happy Mail at the end of the month. So while I'm sprinkling this, those of you that are new, my name is Tracy and I am a leading mentor with Chalk Couture, and I'm so grateful that y'all have decided to hang out with me on a Wednesday night. We're gonna do, I've done this technique a few times, but we're gonna use our new tools tonight to do the watercolor technique. So I've been wanting to check out our new tools. They look amazing. I figured, we'll make something pretty and see how they work. Okay, I'm just about done here. Getting this sprinkled. Everything's out of order because we didn't have a live last night, so it takes me just a little longer. All right, so now I got that sprinkled. Let me see. Hey, Mary. Hey, Jen. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Mary. Hi, Yvonne. Yvonne, designers are not allowed to sprinkle for other designers, but I sure do appreciate it. Oh my. Let me see if I can get this quieted. The program I use for YouTube will pop ads up on the screen, whether I want them to or not. Alright, let me write those of you that have sprinkled. Alright, awesome, awesome. Only thing I'm not liking is I'm not liking not being able to see my comments right there. I keep having to look at my tablet to see your comments, and I'm afraid I'm going to miss them. Yes, Yvonne, that's what I said, but thank you. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. So we're going to do this one tonight. Since it's got these gorgeous flowers, trust in the Lord. Faith makes everything possible. And we're going to watercolor in those flowers. And we are going to do it on the one I tried to use the other night. 6x18 box ring. I know this one will fit, so we're in good shape on that. Thank you, Mary. See, I don't know what's wrong with the sound. I'm updated, I'm trying different devices, I'm upgraded, I'm trying different programs. I don't know why it doesn't. If any of you techies out there have any ideas, I will sure try anything that y'all suggest, because I don't know. Yes, I am, Yvonne. We're going tomorrow, after we go to the doctor to get the gazebo and the yard cleaned up and get it ready. But other than that, and going to get our marriage license, we are about ready. Hey, Nikki, how are you tonight? All right, so all of our transfers come in these reusable carry-in bags. They all have the instructions right there on the back. Super simple. A 3-year-old, honestly, I've tried it. And she wasn't quite 3. Uh-oh, y'all. we might lose power. We have a generator, but it is not hooked up. I don't know which one's doing it.
That one out there.
That one there?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Y'all, my ear has been itching all evening. Excuse me if I keep. It is driving me insane. Where I have psoriasis, I get it inside my ear canals, and oh my goodness, it itches so bad. All right, so all I'm doing here is taking my transfer trimmers and cutting this apart. There's a white line on it that shows me where to cut it. Lefty here makes things kind of awkward sometimes. Alright, so now we got to cut apart. We are ready to use it, right? And I kind of like how they're on opposite sides, but we're going to do the front and the back of this box frame. This is our double-sided box frame. Everything I'm using tonight is on my website. He must have took the other two outside with him. This is the hardest part, is getting in the packaging. You can do that, you're good as gold. Now, all of our transfers are reusable anywhere from 8 to 12 times, more, depending on how you take care of them. You just throw that in the floor because I need to empty my trash. See, this has a light side and a dark side. So we're going to get two different effects when we do this. Now I'm going to write on the back of my transfer so that I make sure that I get the right one back on the right backer sheet and that I get it on the correct side of the backer sheet. Hey Sandy, how are you this evening? Your mom asked how your birthday was, Mom. Oh, Catherine, I've been there, done that. Mine are 24, 21, and 12. And now I have puppies. I think Mom had a pretty good birthday, Yvonne. We went up to Scott's sister's camp and hung out with them, and she made ribs and all kinds of yummy stuff. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is wax. We'll do this side first. I'm going to get my surface wax. It's available on my website, but you can always use any kind of finishing wax. I use this on my smaller projects. My larger products, I use Minwax finishing paste. Sometimes I use Waverly Antique Wax to give it an antique look. Yeah, YouTube's really been lagging. And like I said, if any of y'all are techies and you have any suggestions on anything, I am willing and able to try because I've tried everything I know. I've asked my mentors and whatnot, and they're at a loss. We don't know why it doesn't. I thought by upgrading my equipment and my internet service, it would fix it. It fixed some of the problems, but not all of them. Now you want this to be a super light coat. I use a lint-free little piece. This is actually off one of our Manor refills. It's a scrap that I have, so it is lint-free. And you want to be able to, you shouldn't feel wax. Rub your hand over it, you should not feel any wax. The trick is getting the lid back on. Alright, so I said we were going to start with the light colored side. Now we're going to get our handy dandy fuzzy cloth. Let's see. I was going to see which one has less glitter. Oh, that one's covered in glitter. Alright, so all you're going to do is run your finger over the end. See that? I didn't have to use my nail or anything. You can catch it. And then we're going to peel this off of here. And see how that's shiny? That's why we write on the back. You do not want to put it on the wrong side. Trust me. If you can get it back off, it's going to take you a long time. And then me anyways. Because I've done it. Mary. Alright, so once you get that fuzz, all I'm doing is I'm getting lint on it. You want it to stick, but not stay stuck. And you don't want it to leave any of that adhesive residue on your surface. And then we're just going to lay it in there where we want it. It should like pretty much fit perfect. And then we're going to smooth out all the lumps, bumps, wrinkles, air bubbles. You want to have a nice seal around it. So I'm just going to run my hands over it, or you can get a squeegee and you can hear those air bubbles coming right out of there. Yep. I got a wrinkle in that one. Oh my, oh my. I made it worse, y'all. If I would have just left it alone, it would have probably been fine. Alright. Then you pick your colors. That can be difficult. But for this part, we're going to use a really light color at first. And then after we paint it, do the watercolor, then we'll go back and put a darker color to make it bold and stand out. So I'll probably say, let's use some grays, maybe, to do the outline. Timber. Y'all, I have new things to put my paste in once I get time to get my room straightened back out. And we're going to need a pretty pink peony. Looks good. Let's see. Yep, this one made flowers, so we'll need the peony. Thanks, Jen. Oh, you're too fun. I can't wait until one day meet you in real life person, and give you a hug. Let's use our pesto for the leaves and the words. Maybe black. Yeah, that'll make it really go boom and stand out. I'm gonna break everything in the house tonight, y'all. Them hands ain't working so good. Alright.
That's what I quit.
So we're gonna use black velvet for the words, pesto for the leaves, peony for the flower, and grays to outline the flowers before we watercolor them, okay? I know, right? I hope you get to go to Vegas. That'd be awesome. We can get out of that cold for a while and have some fun. Alright, I'm going to tell y'all, I thought it was just me until I was watching one of my mentors, and the black velvet I don't know, y'all. Oh my God, it smells so bad. Like I hold my breath when I'm using it if it's near my face. Um, and she said hers does too. I don't know if it's what they have to use to my grayish is like really mad. This is not our new Creamy Dreamy formula. I don't know if it's because all of our products are safe, non-toxic, but all of our paste is naturally pigmented. So I don't know if it's what they use to color it or what, but whew, sometimes.
What's that?
That's your daddy. No.
You went down to go see him?
Little Mr. Tiny. Catherine, it should not. There are several here in Summersville. If you want to message me, we can discuss that further, but it really shouldn't because shoot, there's a designer that on my team already that lives less than a quarter of a mile from me, or she did. There's 5 or 6 in Summersville, and they haven't, I haven't seen any ill effects. And there's, the reason she's asking, like if you sell Color Street and you got 10 Color Street reps in a small town, you're going to have to reach out outside of your area. But I'm going to put some of this in one of our color trays and just mix up what I need so we can keep moving. With Chalk Couture, there are so many ways that you can work your business that you can literally live next door to a designer and not have, problems. We may not be able to, let me get this is the old paste formula. Y'all, this jar of paste is probably a good year old. Let me get a different color. I don't want to sit here messing with paste when we can,
Well, give it here and I can do it while you're doing it.
Yeah, because it really depends on how you work your business, whether you're successful or not. And like I said, them being in the same town has never affected mine. Let me see. June would be a good one. There we go. Maybe my June will be better. I need to replace my old paste. Maybe not. Oh yeah, we're good. All right. So as you can see, you want to stir your paste before you use it. Since it is naturally pigmented, I figured it out, y'all. It's the light bulb over there. Scott!
We can go find him.
If he's in the house, ask him to come take that light bulb out. It's driving me insane. Y'all, I'm like, It went wacky. What it do, Mary? He not in here? All right. Now that we got some usable paste, I'm going to take the noon and go ahead and chalk the leaves and the flower. Tiny, you better quit that growling. We're going to move on. Strum lights and all. And for those of you that are interested in becoming a designer, all you gotta do is comment join. I have a short YouTube video that one of my mentors made that can explain everything to you much better than I can. I will send you the link and you can check it out. And then after you've watched it, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or concerns. You can just message me and we'll see what we can work out. I'm looking for new designers to join my team right now. All right, so now that that's done, we're done messing with the crazy face. We're going to get our black and go ahead and do this real quick. You can make a beautiful piece in probably 10 minutes or less if you wanted to. Of course, you can always, add to it. We can make it as detailed as we want or as simple as we want. Huh, because it's still rolling on my end. I mean, I've got it pulled up. Says there's one person watching. I don't know. I'm not tech savvy anymore. Y'all are used to me. All right, so we're just gonna pull this up. You always want to pull from the center because they will stretch corner to corner. And pull slowly to help prevent bleeding. That way, if you miss the spot, you can lay it right back down and go over it. So I'm going to set this on the edge of my table here because we're going to use that one more time when we're done. But here's what we have so far. And you can see, all you see is a little outline. Now we're going to dry that up real good. And my nose is going to itch some more. At least it's not my ear. Thanks, Chrissy. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Jen. Now this part over here, we want to make sure we get it really dry. Our paste takes about 3 to 5 minutes to dry. A little longer for the shimmers, but you can speed it up with the quick dry tool, which is now in stock finally. Yay! Thank you, Terry. That's really weird, y'all. I don't know what YouTube, because on my end it still shows that it's playing. Alright, see, it won't come off. I can run my hand over it. Once it's dry, it won't smear or anything like that. So now we're going to do our watercolor. So we're going to get us a happy little tray here. There it is. Blue is on top of it. These are color trays. They are available in a 24 pack on my website. And you can reuse them. You see this one's stained. No big deal. I'm going to get me a couple more stir sticks. They come in a 24 pack and they're also reusable. We're going to get our pesto and stir it up real good. And I'm just going to put a glob on my tray. That should be more than enough. And then we're going to get our beautiful peony. Y'all, I love this pink. Might need to take my trash out. It's overflowing in the floor. And we're going to get it stirred up. And we're going to get a little glob of it and put it in our tray. What are you doing down there, little one? Y'all, he's finally getting used to us. And, you know, like, is now my little shadow. Follows me everywhere. I know that pink is gorgeous. It said that it might be on your end. It may be your YouTube account. I don't know. I said it's still playing over here, so I am not sure. Yeah, that pink, that peony, y'all, is the prettiest pink I think I've ever seen. It is just gorgeous. Mommy's right here. All right, so distilled water. If you use tap water, it can cause mold. We are going to spray some water in our face. Let me see. Y'all can't see that yet. Let me get it. There we go. I sprayed water, distilled water. You can get the continuous spray model on my website. It lets you control how much. You can spray a little or a lot. That's your daddy. I don't know, guys. I'll try to see if I can come up with something. It figures as soon as I get it working good, something goes wrong. So we're just mixing that with water. We're going to make it thin like paint, like watercolor paint. You don't want no clumps. You gotta get them clumps out of there. Scott's out in his shop working, y'all. And Tiny's like, whoop, whoop. You can hear him because his shop is right out the end of my room here. Every time he makes a noise, Tiny goes to market. All right, so now that we got that good and mixed up, make sure they're. And this is a great way to use those old pastes that are dried out. All right, we're going to get into our new toolkit. You have a big paintbrush, a small one, an itty bitty little squeegee with a point on it, and an eraser. I don't know what it's really called. I'm going to call it an eraser. It's a sponge, and you can put water on it, just like you would an ear cleaner, to clean up your mistakes. So we're going to use this little paintbrush. And we're going to see how steady of a hand I have, right? And we're going to start with our pesto. And literally, we are going to color in the lines. And I'm not worrying about like all those little detail lines because we're going to take care of that after we color this. And this is a little more time consuming, but gorgeous. Ning, 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 ning. Everybody, my phone has been going nuts today, y'all. I did a search for health insurance, and I swear I've had like 40 locked calls and like 30 some.
No. Don't you chew on that.
No, I done told you no. Text messages trying to sell me insurance now. You can't search for anything anymore without them wanting to bug the crap out of me. If I wanted to buy it, I would have told you. You know, I was just looking. I was window shopping. Alright, so you can see it's a little time consuming. But it turns out so beautiful in the end. And like I said, if you have old paste, it's a great way to use it because you can add that water to it. And you want to do it, the outline in a light color to begin with. I thought I got a little confused there for a minute. Alright, so who likes to garden? Where are my gardeners at? Do I have anybody else other than me that likes to plant a little garden, have some French veggies in the summertime? Because I found the weirdest thing in my garden today, y'all. Like, I have been around farming and gardening all my life. And I have never in my life seen what I seen today. And I'm kind of curious. Yeah, it does. You have 10 tomato plants. Cool. Well, I have 2 potato plants this year. And I have strawberries. I have broccoli and radishes and carrots and green peppers. But here's what's odd. Mary. I went out to check on my garden earlier when I took Tiny out to go potty. And I saw something that I've never seen or heard of in my life. So I collar and Scott, hey, something's wrong with my garden. Come here. He's like, oh, Lord, what now, right? So he comes out there, and I'm like, have you ever seen anything in your life that looks like this? He's like, what the heck is that? Told you something wrong with my garden. Oh, I know. I used to hate living in an apartment. Wow, Catherine, you must have a huge place. I just have a little tiny spot. Um, there are bunches of what looks like cherry tomatoes growing up the end of my potato plant. No joke, y'all. I, I mean, we had fields of potatoes. We had a huge garden growing up. I've never seen a bunch of cherry tomatoes attached and growing off the end of a tomato plant. Scott took a picture of it. I come in and asked Mom, and she was like, I don't know what to tell you. If y'all are friends with Scott on Facebook, check it out. He posted it to see if anybody knew what the heck. There's 2 clusters, one on each side, and they look like little green cherry tomatoes that haven't ripened yet. I don't know if I made my own breed or what, but I didn't even plant tomatoes until months, and they're nowhere near the potatoes. They're on the other side. I only planted one this year, and it's dying. But yeah, I have cherry tomatoes growing off the end of my potato plant, y'all. I don't know how or why, but I do. Right? I But they're nowhere near. Yeah, look, see? It looks like a cluster of tomatoes, doesn't it, Mary? It's insane. And my potatoes, and even because Mom thought, well, maybe if I planted my potatoes there last year. No, I didn't. My potatoes are tomatoes, excuse me. My tomatoes are always on the other side. I think cucumbers were in there last year. All right, so I just put that in some water, wiped it with a towel, and it is now clean. And the leaves are all watercolor. It doesn't look too good right now, but it'll get better, I promise. So now I'm going to get my peony. Thanks, Jen. I don't know how they could, Terry, because I have them in. See, I plant everything in old tires. And when I plant, I take a bag of soil and literally just cut it open to try to help prevent weeds. Now, the flower is going to go much quicker because we can just do nice long strips in the middle there. And we're going to make a peony. And it helps cut down on weeds. And when you're in a small area, like you can grow potatoes in a tire. And as the, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Juanita. Hey, Juanita, I didn't see you. Come on. How are you? Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Sharon. Maybe from bird droppings. That could be. I don't know. So you see, I'm just, now if we wanted to make this shaded or different colors, we would have to be a little more careful. But I'm just painting it in, being careful around the edges, of course. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's literally growing off the end of the stem of the potato. But you can grow potatoes, like, even if you live in an apartment. I used to do it all the time. You get old tires, and as soon as the leaves, the plant pops up through the soil, and you get about that tall. Put another tire on there, and for like root vegetables, like potatoes, carrots, turnips, radishes, those kinds of things, throw another tire on top, cover it with soil, and keep doing that until you get as deep as you want to go. I've done them 9 tires deep before, and your potatoes will keep growing as deep as the tires are. But it's a good way for those of us that don't have a lot of room to still be able to have a garden. Yeah, that could be, Sharon, that the birds, maybe, I don't know, but it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I swear, I'm like, stop, come here, something ain't right. My potatoes are growing tomatoes. Only me, right, y'all? It wouldn't be anybody else. All right, so we're almost done painting our flower. Just gonna get a little darker in some areas than it was. Mommy can't do this with you on her lap tonight, Mommy. You need to go pee-pee? Or you just want Mommy? Alright. I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so there is our flower and whatnot. So we're going to dry this really, really well. Oh, we might have to wash that transfer. I see paste.
You want me to take him out?
I've done it on a balcony, Sharon. Believe it or not. Not on the 4th floor, but I lived on the 2nd floor and had me a little garden on my balcony. Thank you, Sharon. All right, so that cleans up so easy, right? Let's move some of this out of our way. You really should be putting the lens back on as soon as you're done, but we're not done. And I just stuck my pan in black paste, y'all. Thank you, Terry. Okay, dry this off really, really good because you don't want to pull it up when you put your transfer back on it. Thanks, Mary. Thank you, Jim. No damp in the middle there. Especially with it being watered down, it's not going to take long at all to dry. 49 minutes. Hey, I'm getting better, ain't I? All right, so I think we'll be all right. We are going to take this and line it back up. Since you can see through the silk screen, it's rather easy to do. I lined up the words. They're bigger. I can see them better. I'll get it here in a minute, y'all. I had it. I got it. I got it. I got it. So we're just going to smooth that back down. Oh, shoot, Thor. When you shape, y'all, it's a little bit harder. There we go. So basically, you shouldn't see a whole lot on what you colored in, okay? It's going to come up just a little bit on this end. Hey, I think I did pretty good. And we're going to go back with our black velvet. So we're really going to make this stand out and pop. And remember, all your excess goes back in your drawer, so there's no waste unless you mix your colors, like if you're doing a hot mess or something like that. Apparently, I'm not holding my mouth right tonight, y'all. I don't usually have this much trouble. Almost, almost. Trying to get all them little spots. You don't want to have a big old gap in your, especially when you're using a dark color. It's really noticeable. All right, I think we got it all. So I'm just gonna wipe that off, put it right back in my drawer. Are y'all ready? Is the excitement killing you? Here we go. Oh, missed this spot. That's where some of that noon was stuck. You see what I mean about pulling up slow? That way, if you need to, you can go back over it. I'm kind of digging it. Alright, so I'm going to immediately drop this in my bucket of water. Sticky side up. Hold on, Tiny. Let's give this a dry before I drop water on it. Ready, set, go. There's a couple spots in it that I'm not fond of, but I think it looks pretty good. Looks like kind of a flump right there. Now I'm really done it. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Mary. Hold on, I'll let you see it in a minute. Now, Tiny's wanting to see it. Look what a difference that little bit of watercolor, that little bit of time it took to, I think it looks amazing. Alright, so the other side, since it's a darker color, make sure that I don't have it upside down. We would want to kind of change it up and do the words in a lighter color and the flowers and stuff in a darker color. So I'm going to take this pesto and scrape all that back in my jar. Thanks, Jen. Turned out really pretty. Night, Christy. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. Alright, so everything cleans up with water. Put that back in the jar. Put my lids back on. Back in the jar with the peony. It's too pretty to waste. Tiny. Come here, dear. Lid for the peony.
Come on.
I just don't want him getting over there and pottying. Say, Grandma. Grandma's holding him up like he's gonna bite her or something. Okay, so let's put on them done. Let's fuzz this up. Knock things down. What's your nanny tearing up? Or is that your brother tearing something up?
They're sleeping all over there.
That's probably Spike, because, yeah, Scott's out in his shop. Spike? Oh, Lord, y'all. I never know what I'm going to come home to with that dog. I had to go buy him a cage so that we can get married in peace and not have to worry about whether he's tearing up the house while we're off getting married Saturday. Alright, so same process. Fuzz that up. Sometimes with the bigger ones, y'all, Look at that. Because you can get fuzz off of anything. Sometimes your clothes have more fuzz than the fuzzing cloth. So for this one, we're going to use bright white, scarlet, and meadow, I do believe. What do y'all think? Bright white, scarlet, and meadow. Now, scarlet is a retired color, but it's one of my favorites. And then we use the camel to do our outline with that we're going to work from. And Terry, did you forget who was going to bed? This one has 3 pretty flowers on it. So we're going to use the bright white and the camel on the first. Do the words in bright white. And our outline in the camel. And that was quick and easy. Now we'll get, oh, we used all the squeegees, y'all. That's what, they're so easy. Just to grab them out of my bucket of water and wipe them off real quick. Done, clean. So we'll get that camel on there. And we're going to work quickly. You do not want it to dry in your silk screen. It will pull it off your board. And then, like when I went to use it before, where it had dried in the silk screen, I couldn't get the black to go through as well. I really should have washed it, but as you work with them and learn different little tips, you can make it work. Sorry, this one's a little long tonight, y'all. I really just wanted to share the watercolor technique with you because it is beautiful. And we have so many pretty transfers with floral on it, and you get the outline of it. But I wanted to show you how you can go back and kind of make it your own even more. All right, so we are done with the camel. We're going to clean our rim, which I am not, I do not doing a job at it. So, you don't knew what I knew. No, remember your mama? Knew as I say, not as I knew. If you keep the rims of your jars clean, your paste will last longer for you. Then you get 2 more color trays. Oh, pull the transfer off. I just said I want to hurry so I don't let it dry in my silk screen. And what do I do? No. Tiny. No. He's going to eat my silk screen, y'all. See, you can barely see the flower on there right now. Oh my black wasn't dry. I just smudged it, y'all. Oh goodness. Oh, I got black everywhere. Now I have to go back and clean that up. Thankfully, I'm waxed, so I should be able to clean that up. Now, on a porous surface, there is no guarantee that it will come off. All right, let's get our candy apple. Or scarlet, I mean, scarlet. It's a richer red. Um, the candy apple is like bright red. The scarlet is a deeper red, and it's one of my favorites. And our meadow, which is a bright green compared to the one we use, sage.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is like really gonna stand out. Those leaves and flowers are gonna be like, boom, I'm here and I'm here to stay. I ain't going anywhere. Add our water. Drop some scarlet on our board. Get that stirred up. And we are going to paint. Paint, 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 paint. Did I forget to dry that? It's dry. So we're going to paint in the lines, just like coloring when you're in kindergarten, coloring the lines. Not real worried about going over those little fine details. Because we will go back over it just like we did. We got another clump there. I mean, if some of y'all probably better at this detail work than I am, they can probably have it done a lot quicker than what it's taken me. But as pretty as it is, it's worth the effort and the time. doing, Tiny? Y'all, he's down here in my feet, rummaging around. I get nervous because we're still working on letting Mommy know when we need to go potty. He's housebroken, but he's in a new environment, and I'm starting to learn when he needs to go potty, so, but he still makes me nervous that he's in there pottying in the house. So, what did everybody have for dinner tonight? I made a pot roast last night and caramel apple bombs for dessert. They were amazing. They're a pain in the butt to make, but they were worth it. And even after they cooled down and ate them today, they were still really, really good. Okay. All of our night, Sharon. Rinse that off. Our flowers are painted. We're almost there, ladies. I promise. It's kind of a long one tonight. And I just stuck my finger right back in that same spot on that black. Let's get our minnow. Now, even though these are a one-time use surface, technically, you can sand it down or paint over it and use it again. It just depends on, um, you know, how much work you want to put in to changing it. Get these leaves. Turn green. Oh, these colors look so good on this dark board, y'all. I'm thinking very good choice in color. Let's see if I can not put my finger in this side. You know, I was kind of thinking I want to go dump my potatoes now to see if there's actually growing potatoes in there. Because once you're ready to harvest, all you do is knock over the tires and your potatoes will pop right out of there. See, and y'all thought I was crazy when I told you that your nose and throat was sending me a chiropractor. Now I got tomatoes growing out my potatoes. I think we're gonna have wings tonight. I wasn't feeling good today. I slept like a baby, but I was just so tired today. I was fighting to hold my eyes open. And so I think we're just gonna have some chicken wings. Well, I mean, y'all know if it is on, it's gonna happen to me, and everyone's gonna be like, no way. And I'm like, way. I think like Ew. I don't think so, Terry. That doesn't sound good. Peanut butter on a grilled cheese.
No.
No. Peanut butter, I can't get that. Alright, one last leaf, y'all, and we'll get this part dried up. And we will renew the outline. We'll renew it in our bright white, just like to keep it consistent. Y'all know I kind of got issues with everything being the same. Look, there's a little bit of green in there, but pretty much cleaned up already. Now I have heard that mayo instead of butter will give you a crisp, more tasty, but I can't bring myself to try it. Grilled cheese is butter, bread, and cheese. Look how bright and pretty that is. Hey, I didn't put my finger in the black. Almost dry. No, not after. Tell him I said he's a weirdo. Leo, putting mayonnaise after he makes his grilled cheese. I think I missed this spot. Now that I'm looking at it from this angle, there's another leaf right there. No, all the way under to that flower. Yeah. Now we eat grilled cheese for dinner sometimes, but when I make a grilled cheese, y'all, I make a grilled cheese. I put like 4 different kinds of cheese. You know you meat when you have one of my grilled cheese sandwiches. Alright, now I think we got it. Sometimes it's hard to tell when it's upside down. Now I'm using my cozy hand. I can't hardly do anything with my right hand. I don't even know how to hold it right, but there we go. By George, I think she's got it. Get that dried up. Actually, usually it's American, mozzarella, and provolone. But I love whole meat, so does Scott. If I can keep whole meat cheese in the house long enough to make it, I love whole meat on my grilled cheese. So I do whole meat, mozzarella, provolone, but we just tried Gouda cheese for the first time recently, And oh my God, we love it. So I bought some of that and put it on the last ones I made. So pretty much if you line this up right, all you're going to see is that camel color. You shouldn't be seeing your green or your red. And then some of it did dry in the silk screen, but that's okay. I like the rustic look, and I think it's going to look cool. And go back in with our bright white. Ooh, I need to add some water. My bright white is really thick. It's hard to move around. That's better. Thank you, Mom. Sometimes I think the white is thicker because it has no pigment in it. Because I've noticed every jar of white I've ever got, whether it's the new formula or the old, I've had to thin it down. It's just thick. Working quickly so as it does not dry in my silk screen. We're almost there. Got a little on the sides, but we'll clean that up. Here we go, finally. Yeah, my grandpa used to always make them with whole meat, and I just love it. But I buy a whole pound block of whole meat cheese, and like within 3 days it's gone because Scott just loves to munch on it. I have, like, if I get a grilled cheese with whole meat, it's a miracle. And the camel dried in the silk screen, but I'm kind of loving it anyways. Handmade is never perfect, and our last month's club transfer says a beautiful thing is never perfect. We're gonna clean that up. We'll get our handy dandy little sponge tool here. See how it works. Little bit of water on it. Works pretty good. I'm loving it. So I would recommend you get the new tool pack. It's amazing. I love the paintbrush. And this little feller works really well for cleaning up those mistakes. I'm mad about getting it on the edges there. Let's try this so that I don't stick my finger in it. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Mary. Yeah, I'm loving it with the white on there. On the dark side, that made it like, no. Come on, here I am. I love you. Faith makes all things possible. I'm loving, and see, it's not perfect, and that's another thing I love about it. And then, of course, the other side, we have our pink peony, and you can see right there is where I stuck my finger in it. But I still don't think it made it look bad. I don't even think I'm going to try to fix it because I think it would make it like really smear. So cleanup is a breeze. Everything cleans up with water. Transfers your tools. You don't need any chemicals or soaps or detergents. I'm going to put this back in the jar. You do not want to let your transfers soak in water. It is okay to drop them in the water until you're done, but do not let them sit there because the new formula of transfers that came out last fall are water-based adhesive to make them more eco-friendly, and you will melt the adhesive off of your transfers. Thanks, Mary. I think I missed. Thanks, Sandy. Appreciate that. All right, so this is all just going in my water over here. And honestly, y'all, I change my water about once a week. If it gets really nasty, I'll go ahead and change it, but it's not nerdy, it's just got a bunch of different colors of chalk paste in it. So it looks like it's black, but it's just colored. It's colored water. We'll get that all off of the rim and back in the jar. That thing's pretty cool, y'all. Get you a permanent ear cleaner. I don't know what to call it. Sponge tip. All right, so we're going to pull this out of here. This is the first one we did. It's been in the water the longest, so we want to go ahead and take care of it. Now, the black, y'all, the black is kind of a pain in the butt. Can you see? So I'm going to take my antibacterial wipe and wipe as much of that black off as I can. The black, 9 times out of 10, will stain and transfer. It's okay. Staining is okay. Paste in the silk screen is not. You see that it's just so hard to, for me anyways. I don't know if anyone else has issues. But I'm going to get as much of it as I can, and then I'll come back with my morning eraser. Morning eraser is amazing, y'all. You clean transfers, clean your reusable boards. They're really inexpensive. There's no chemicals in them. They're like a magic eraser without all the chemicals. They're cheaper than a magic eraser. Y'all know me, I'm cheap. I save a penny wherever I can. So I'm just going to get my morning eraser wet and get my hair off of it. And then come back. And you can see that black is still really thick on there. I will probably take this one and go run it under the shower. The main ones, even the little ones, you can just run them under the sink or throw them in the tub. I just clean them this way when I'm live because obviously I'm not in front of the tub. But you want to clean both sides. When they're wet, they're not sticky. Once they're dry, they become sticky again. They go back on the backer sheet to be used again. And now I have black hands. So I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Have a great Thursday. And I will see y'all Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for another amazing project, I hope. Thank y'all for watching. If you're not in my VIP group, comment VIP. That as long as you are not a designer, and if you'd like to learn more about becoming a designer, comment join. And if you're interested in my monthly subscription program, comment club, and I'll send y'all all the details. Love y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me so long. Have a good night. Bye.
Well, I'm glad you could see that. I couldn't see it.